Hi, this is Tom Hughes. Today we're going to talk with Chap Achen. He is the Port Authority Executive Chair. So Chap, tell us, what is the Port Authority?
Well, thanks, Tom. The port's primary mission is to we don't operate all the marinas, although actually we do have a vested interest in the economy on the local river. The Port Authority's main mission in Red Wing is to attract new business and retain the business that we have. So we are the city's main economic development agency.
And how do you do that?
Well, we have a full-time executive director. Randy Olson is our current executive director. He's been with us a couple years, and he has staff that works for him as well. And those two employees are our gateway to promote Red Wing, and they do that through, obviously, our online channels that we promote the city of Red Wing, but really it's through all the various state agencies that deal with business retention and economic development. So those two employees are out there talking to our current businesses about what they need and what might cause them to invest even more in Red Wing. And then they're out in other communities talking to prospective businesses about potentially relocating here. One of the things that we're very excited about right now on the port is we're in participation with the Downtown Main Street running a great contest to attract a restaurant into Red Wing. A lot of us who have lived here for a number of years, there have been some great restaurants downtown that aren't downtown now, and we'd love to have that downtown space filled with another nice dining option. And so one of the things the Port Authority is doing is partnering with them to offer just a really impressive incentive package to draw someone in. So we're always out there talking to prospective businesses about, what are the incentives that the port can offer, whether it's land, whether it's financing, to help attract those businesses into Red Wing. There's a young couple that just formed a business here through Red Wing Ignite. They're going to do, they have an online gaming business that they've started, and they're using the Red Wing Ignite infrastructure, the high-speed broadband infrastructure, to run their business. And the Port Authority just gave them a loan to get started. And so that's a great example of a couple that hadn't heard of Red Wing maybe 2 or 3 years ago and got introduced to Red Wing, and now are here, and they've opened up their own business.
I would guess there's probably hundreds, maybe thousands of people going through Red Wing every day that own businesses or are big shots in businesses and going up and down the river. How do we get them to stop in Red Wing, and how do we get them to say, oh, this is a great place?
Right. If you step back and you compare Red Wing to some of the communities that we compete with, like a Winona would be a great example. We have just an enormous set of assets in Red Wing, whether it's the recreational assets, the schools, the industrial infrastructure that exists here already because of companies like Red Wing Shoe Company and Capital Safety, and their supplier networks. And I think we have to get those people. I don't think we're going to get those people probably in the moment when they're driving through Red Wing, but we're going to get them through when they're out there thinking about, well, I'm trying to expand my business or figure out where I'm going to grow my business. We have to be in the places that they're looking when that journey starts. And a lot of that starts online, but a lot of that starts with other agencies that they'll be dealing with, whether it's financial or land agencies. So the Port Authority's got to figure out, how do we position Red Wing in those spaces when people are looking for a place to do business. And when Red Wing pops up, they'll hopefully make that connection back to that pretty town that they drove through and go, oh yeah, Red Wing, I remember that community. And that's the great thing we have going for us, is it certainly makes a memory when you pass through Red Wing. And so they may not form the connection that moment, but hopefully we get them somewhere else in their journey.
Now, you grew up in Red Wing and were gone for a while. Why did you come back?
Yeah,
probably the same reason I did.
Yeah, I left Red Wing for about 25 years, and 4 years ago came back here when my wife actually took a job at the Red Wing Shoe Company, and we were living up in Minneapolis at the time, and we wanted to raise our family in Red Wing. We have we have two boys now that are 9 and 11, and we wanted that environment where we could send them to school and send them off on their skateboard or on their bike to school and feel good about that. And and feel good about the fact that they would have access to a lot of sports programs and not have to compete with 500 kids to get on the baseball team. And so I loved the well-rounded, things that I was exposed to when I was a kid growing up in Red Wing, and I wanted my kids to have all those same experiences, but being in that smaller community where they would have, good friendships and a sense of safety. So we moved back here because of that quality of life, and I think there's a lot of businesses out there that once they find Red Wing would also really be excited about, wow, this is the best of both worlds. It's a community that's close enough to the city to go up to the city when you need it, but it's also this great little town that's got all these extras that so many communities don't have. And so for me, that's what it was, and I'm hopeful a lot of other businesses will see it that way too.
Red Wing is a great place to live. I'm Tom Hughes. Today we talked with Chap Achen. He is the Port Authority Executive Chair. Thanks for watching.